Hello, everybody. How's it going? As you know, it's me, the real Lax. Sorry, I've been away for a little bit. Um, guys, I work a freaking anywhere from like 60 to 70 hours of my full time job. Busy. So, sorry. All I do is work like 12-hour days and I get like one day off. I'm taking full advantage of it right now. So I got Nico here. Dude, what's going on?
Oh, what's up, man? How's it going? How's it going?
Oh, it's going. It's going. Andrew, what are you doing awake? Oh, wait. Yeah, you got to go to work. He got the notification. I went live. I am here with our buddy, Nico. You born in Chicago or are you just from Chicago?
No, see, the thing is, everyone says they're born in Chicago when they're really born in like the really far northern suburbs by Wisconsin.
Right,
Like,
right.
they're not born in Wisconsin. They're not born in Chicago.
See, I was
No,
smart
I'm
and
not.
asked.
I'm not. I'm from the. I like to say I'm from the Chicagoland area, not from Chicago. 'Cause
Okay.
that would be false. I don't live downtown. I don't live in any near suburb of Chicago whatsoever. I live on the border of Wisconsin, really. So
Wisconsin.
it's considered the Chicagoland area, but it's not. It's for the most part it is just I live in rural Midwest, middle nowhere.
Same, dude. I live
So
like if you know where Indiana's at, like
yeah,
Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, and I'm like
yep.
somewhere in the middle
I
between
know
those two. And
I know
it's
where all those places are very well.
yeah, there's
I
just nothing there, dude. It's a nothing zone.
I got stuck in an ice storm back in January on my in Gary, Indiana. I got stuck in an ice storm. I had to on my way to Nashville for my 21st birthday. I was trying to drive out there to visit some old friends, and I got stuck in an ice storm, and I had to turn around, and it was the worst like 6 hours of my fucking life.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, you know what? Oh my
So
god. The fucking worst drive I've ever had in my life, dude. No joke. From here to St. Louis. What's that highway? 74? It's literally flat and straight all the way into St. Louis for like 4 hours. And there's just nothing to look at, dude. It's just all like fields and trees the whole way there. And you sit there and you drive and you're like a fucking zombie. You're just like driving and you're like, God, this sucks so
yeah,
bad.
I feel that, man. I don't know how far Gary was, but Gary was a bit of a drive. So
Yeah. Scary
yeah,
Gary, dude.
that was a thing that happened.
Scary Gary for sure.
Unfortunately, yeah, I didn't feel like I was gonna like get shot because I was like driving through the highway like I think it was probably above Gary, Indiana. I wasn't actually in the town of Gary, Indiana, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was a trip though, so it was an interesting experience.
Yeah. Not interesting is a good word to say. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. So
So what's going on, man? You work at what is it, Gamers HQ?
so I
Tell me
yeah
about that.
so I Gamers HQ is a LAN center where people play PC games competitively and casually. I pretty much uh, I mean there's four of us that work at the shop. Josh Weber and his fiance Emma. They own the place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Josh started Gamers HQ when he was 19 and he's 26 now. So we've been there about 7 years.
Okay.
We're it's right down the street from my house. And I help out with a lot of events there. I pretty much am there. Well, I am there the most out of anybody else because it's just me and our tech David that work there besides Josh and Emma. So we're
Yeah.
kind of all there equally. I mean, like we all kind of just there's really no like man. I don't really think there's really no like management. Like we all just kind of like all run the store collectively. Like we're just kind of all like the same. Josh and Emma own it, and like we all do our parts there. We all just kind of run the store like as a team.
I got you, dude.
So yeah, so it's super dope. Super fun environment. It's just we're really rooted in our community. Here in good old Beard Lake, Grays Lake, Illinois. You know, so
Yep.
it's a super dope place, and we're growing and expanding, and we're just doing a lot of renovations and We're continuing to grow our space, and it's just super vital thing to have here. And the closest land center, like to here, there's not one for like a half hour like north up in Wisconsin, and then the other one is called Ignite, like down in the city. So like we're the only one within like a solid 30-mile radius besides this one up in Kenosha. So
Well, dude, I can tell you for
yeah,
sure there's not a fucking land center here. So
yeah. I
that
feel that.
that's one thing we're lacking in, dude. I wish we had one nearby. I think a
Yeah,
lot of people would use it around here
yeah. Oh,
because
dude.
technology's awesome.
Yeah, dude. There's another Gamers HQ in Topeka, Kansas, but we just got the rights to our name, so we're kind of telling them to fuck off now because they can't take our name. So
Yeah, you can do that from
yeah,
state to state, dude. Like
yeah.
50 different teams could make a gamers HQ in their individual states, and it'd still be legal.
Yeah, well, not anymore because we're franchising our store. We got the rights to it, and
Oh,
like so.
yeah,
Yeah, the
fuck
one
them
in
then.
Topeka, Kansas can. Yeah, you're gonna have to modify their names slightly to something else, but not Gamers HQ.
Grow and
So yeah,
monopolize and take over.
yeah. But it'll be good. It'll be good. So, but I work there full time, and I stream a lot as much as I can. And I'm really heavily involved in esports as a collective. And
Nice, dude.
we Josh created Smash and Splash, which is the uh, largest Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament in the world. There is
Ooh.
no other. There is no other bracket that are as big as ours, and we
Mhm.
run it. Um, Evo. Evo might be. I mean, Evo's like the only. I think the only real event that can compare to our event is Evo. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, so we and like Evo isn't even like a dedicated melee. You know,
Mhm.
Evo isn't like a dedicated melee tournament. Like it's got melee in its roster of games. It's just a
Yeah.
fighting. It's a fighting game tournament, Evo.
Yeah.
But we are just dedicated to we're dedicated to Smash and Splash.
I gotcha.
To melee. So Smash and Splash is dedicated to melee, and then we have like Arms and Splatoon and Smash 4 and just like some other like Nintendo fighting games and stuff like that. So
So, like,
yeah,
basically, you guys are literally out here doing your own thing that you want to do that's untouched, and like nobody's really
yeah,
copying that. Basically,
yep.
kick
So
ass.
and there's some cool stuff that we're adding this year because we have double the ballroom space.
Hmm.
And we if you've ever heard of the Kalahari Resorts in Wisconsin Dells, that's the venue that we use for Smash and Splash. It's a giant water
Okay.
park. So you know how like Wisconsin Dells is like the water park capital of the world,
Yeah,
right?
like everybody goes there on like spring break
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's just a water park every like fucking mile. Like every well, literally it's like every block there's a water park. There's just a million. So the Kalahari is one of the bigger ones there, and at one point it was the biggest water park and the biggest indoor water park in the U.S. And I believe it still is. I'd have to probably Google it.
Dude, I
Um,
remember. I remember in high school, like I never went to the Dells, but I remember
yeah.
like that was a big thing for like the volleyball teams in school,
Mm-hmm.
and like
Yeah.
literally an entire like half of the school full of girls would go to the Dells for like a week. And it was like
Yeah.
their volleyball thing. Like that's what they did.
There.
And
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of. I mean, when I was there this past summer at Smash and Splash, and I was there for a week straight. Um, I was taking care of pro players, and I was probably up for like. I went there. This is why I love my job because like I just it was. I was there for like a week, and I
yeah,
was the first one there, and I was one of the last ones to leave, and driving pro players all over the place. And I probably got like 7 hours of sleep over the past like 7 days I was there.
shit, dude.
It was ridiculous.
I know how that
It's
feels. I've
seriously
been there.
it takes a year for us to plan this out like every year, and like last year we had about 3,500 in attendance, and this
Damn.
year we're planning on having Uh, our goal is to probably have about like 6,000.
Dude,
So
that's like a small stadium.
yeah,
That's an arena.
yeah. So we sold it out last year, or this past year. We had it in June. We sold it out, and then we sold out a quarter of the Great Wolf Lodge. So it's been a crazy adventure. Like there's stuff. There's something really big that we're doing.
What is it?
I can't. The thing is like we haven't publicly announced it yet. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I got you.
We can't like I. So all I can say is that it has to do with Fortnite,
Okay.
but I can't say anything else.
No
And there's a
problem.
lot of really cool things happening that I get to be a part of that I'm so excited to be a part of, but I can't say any of it on your stream. But I can say that it has to do with Fortnite. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all right.
Without
Well,
Josh, without Josh like ripping my head off for ruining this prize. So, because we have not said anything yet, and like we just announced the registration for Smash and Splash. So it's we just announced the registration for Smash and Splash on Monday,
yeah.
and we already have like I think like 200 people registered for singles, and it hasn't even been like it hasn't been a
Jesus.
full week yet. So we had 20. I think we had like 2,100 people sign up. We had 2,100 people in Melee singles alone last year. This past Smash and
Good
Splash.
God.
I keep saying last year like it was last year, but when I say last year, just really I mean I mean like 5 months ago, 4 months ago is what I mean.
So,
So
so you guys do this once a year, or?
we do this once a year, yeah.
Because I know you said it takes you like all year to plan it, so I assume you do it once a
Yep.
year. But
Once a year, because we fly out like a lot of pro players. If you're familiar with the Melee scene and the Melee community at all,
yeah, a little bit.
um, so I mean, Super Smash Bros. Melee has been a game that has
That's
been out
lived way
for
past its.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
2001. I mean, obviously, like Smash 64 was like Nintendo 64, but the first GameCube Super Smash Bros. Melee was 2001, obviously. So
yeah.
there's a documentary, the Smash Brothers documentary. I think it's like a 3.5, 4 hour documentary. I watched the whole thing in one sitting. It was a trip.
I watched a little bit of
Um,
that.
yeah. So I we fly out pro players. We fly out like pretty much all the Melee gods: Armada, Hamza, Android, Mango, Leffen, um, HBox. Like we fly out everybody. Me and Josh housed a lot of them this past year. I'm housing
Hmm.
them this next year. Like, I became solid friends with a lot of them. Like, I keep in contact. Like, and so like there's a lot of relationships that we've built within the Melee community, and the Melee community is like a really, I really had no part of it up until about a year ago.
Yeah.
About maybe like 10 months ago, is I had like no part of it before then.
How'd
Um,
you get involved with it?
Um, I got offered a spot. It was really honestly it was really just like right place, right time,
Ah,
and
fate.
I kind of just like with all of this with Twitch with all these tournaments and events and just all of these things happening very quickly at one time. It was it's still a bit overwhelming because it's still happening. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things happening to me right now that I'm just like so and it's a lot, and I have like a lot on my plate, and so I'm
I saw that, man.
like
I saw a tweet. You said you were kind of struggling a little bit, but
yeah. I definitely it's like on the real. It definitely has gotten to the point where like I'm reaching out for like actual help. Like it's good to seek out. It's good to seek out.
yeah,
I think mental health is like super important. That's like a whole other topic. Mental health is like super important in the esports community, and after I come back from TwitchCon, I'm actually running a 24-hour stream, and all the proceeds are going to Anxiety Gaming, which is a mental health
Badass.
organization
Yep.
that
Yep.
deals with people that have any issue whatsoever. That and they specialize in therapy for people
Yeah.
that stream full time, that play competitive games, that are in esports, really just like esports in general. So I have your chat pulled up too. It's on my screen. So
Yeah.
I know they're asking if we joined the chat, but I have your chat pulled up too.
Yeah. You may
But
see a little bit of that. We'll read through
yeah,
chat and stuff.
yeah,
So
that's totally fine. We can get to it. But so I've been doing that. And it does take a toll. Like I'm sponsored by Ultimate Team Gear. I'm a content creator for them. They sponsor me personally. So they have jerseys like just for me. They sponsor me personally as a player and as a content creator, and then they sponsor our shop and Smash and Splash, our tournament. And they're making their way into the esports world now, and they're getting heavily involved with like the esports arena in Vegas. And they did an event there, and
yeah.
they're getting more prominent in the esports world. So it's really really cool to see this company grow, and excuse me, to see this company grow,
How dare you burp on my
and to see.
stream?
It's really cool to see this company grow, and to see just and to they're just giving me so many opportunities for me to grow with them. And like I have just been like beyond lucky to be in the position that I am right now. And like I don't take any of it for granted whatsoever. And I am
Yeah.
so beyond like happy, and I love what I do so much, and I love the people that I get to interact
Badass.
with every day with, and the people I meet in Twitch and the community, and just like the people that I meet in my stream and the people that I meet in other people's streams. And just like I get, I try my hardest just kind of be like everywhere. I do get like stretched thin because I try to do so many things, and there's only like 24 hours in a day, and it kind of sucks. I wish there was more, because
Right.
I don't get a whole lot of sleep, because like
Same.
it's hard for me to fall asleep, because I'm just like there's so many things like I still want to do. Like I know my body needs rest
Yeah.
at some point. So that's like when we were all like working at Smash and Splash and like just setting up and just doing just general bullshit for Smash and Splash, like all of us running around like is just doing a million things. Like whenever like one of us would want to go up to the hotel room to sleep, any one of the hotel rooms, like and they I mean like and like our like I mean Josh, everyone is just like super generous. Like they put me up in like one of the really nice suites they have at the Kalahari. Like it was like decked out, like king's, it was like the African king suite, and so but like whenever any of us wanted to go sleep, like I remember like the second day I was going on like 28 hours of just straight working and like doing just thing after thing after thing for like 28 hours. And finally Josh is like, you need to go sleep, go
Yeah,
back to the
dude.
hotel room and sleep. Like they were getting mad, and I was still awake just like working. And
That's
I'm like, all right,
because
fine.
like
And so
that's because
so I
you'll
went.
like get delirious and you'll start fucking
Yeah,
up, and then your boss is gonna be
yeah.
like, "Dude, you're fucking up," and
It
you'll be
wasn't
like,
even it
"I
wasn't
know,
even
and I
that.
can't
It's
help it."
like my boss and like the guy AJ I was working with, and myself, like we have a lot of stamina. And like I was really surprised on how much stamina I actually had working at Smash and Splash. It kind of made me realize how much I could actually do. And so any of us, or just like all of us, even AJ, like he was, I mean, me and him were like, we're just grinding away at things, just like, and then finally, like, we went up to just like I just wanted to go to like take a nap for just like a couple hours,
Yeah,
not even sleep, just take a nap. And I tossed and turned in my bed for like a half hour, like just thinking like, man, I really need to be down there doing stuff, like because there's just like because like it was a 24-hour thing. No one, if there is someone sleeping, there is someone working. So like it was just no one. The team never stopped. It was a 24-hour thing. So like whenever some of us like took like a sleeping shift, we all felt guilty, like that we weren't down there helping.
yeah,
So it was just kind of we drank a lot of Red Bull, we drank a lot of coffee, we um we survived on caffeine and anger and just
Ooh,
and and it was for 7 days. It was just like pure hell in terms of like sleeping and
right.
trying to get things done and like it was it was just really really
Oh,
crazy the
well,
whole week.
Ace says, imagine being an accountant working 20 hours straight. Ace Platinum, yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
do read the chat. We try to get
Yeah,
a lot of
I
conversation through, but we address chat
yeah.
all the time, dude. We're not ignoring you. I see you in there, buddy.
I can. Yeah, I've been like peeking up at my other screen
But
here
no,
and
dude,
there. But yeah.
I imagine if I were an accountant working 20 hours straight, that'd probably be the only 20 hours I'd ever work as an accountant in my life.
Yeah. I'd work that 20-hour shift and then punch out and quit and I'll never go back.
Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah, dude. Forget it. Like I can't sit like I have to be if I'm working that long, I have to be moving around, doing things. I have to be using my hands and doing things and
I
I have to have a lot
uh,
of like small goals in that span to reach that I could just like I have to have like a checklist of things I can check off that I've done.
Same,
You know what I
dude.
mean?
Like, not even that. Like, I couldn't just sit there and crunch numbers and like not
No,
hate myself. That and
no.
I'd fall asleep because I'd fall asleep. That's not the
Yeah,
job for me. I have to do stuff that I have to do things that engage my brain. So,
yeah.
um, I
I
work a
can't do
job
that.
that's like fast paced and I'm always moving, so I don't fall asleep. And even sometimes then I fall asleep. Don't tell.
Yeah,
Um,
that's just too that's too I can't sit in a desk for as I'm sitting in a desk for like 8 hours streaming, but like I can't sit in a desk and stare at and crunch numbers like that. Like obviously it's different, like if I'm engaged in something, just like if you're engaged playing a game, or if I'm engaged playing a game and I'm like especially like grinding it or playing like pro scrims or something, and I'm sitting here like and it's different if I'm sitting here doing something, but like I'm just sitting
right.
there like writing something down on a piece of paper, just like typing away at
It,
an essay or something. It's just I would lose my mind. So I didn't even finish. Like
I mean, it
I
probably
barely.
like helps if that's the job that you like to do. Like, if you want to
Yeah,
be an
yeah.
accountant, cool. But in my
If
world,
you
I don't ever want to be a fucking
no,
accountant.
if
Um,
you genuinely love doing that, it's different. Yeah. So, but I definitely wouldn't be able to. I definitely wouldn't be able to just sit there and do that. I wouldn't be able to stream if I hated it. But I love streaming and I love playing games.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's different. And
If he had to
I
take a
mean,
wild guess, he guesses I run a comic book store. Dude, that's a really good guess. That'd be a job I'd love to do. I could totally do that job, but I work in a shitty
uh,
job. Um, I I
hey,
work in the shipping department of this place that I'm not going to name on stream, and it really
ooh,
sucks. And it's not what
dude.
I want to do. Um,
Running your own coffee business isn't shit though. That is a
yeah,
good thing,
yeah,
right? Running your
yeah.
own business is awesome, and
That's fucking fun. I got my own coffee business, man. I sell
I'm like
coffee, ship it all over the world. It's pretty good stuff.
I'm like about to like cop some of your coffee like after this is over,
You
and
got
then
to, man. You got to.
I'm
You'll.
about to get some. And I saw the what's if I scroll in your panels, I saw the Rogue Energy.
Hmm, hmm.
That actually really intrigues me as well. I'm interested in that,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna have to try some because I love. It's like I mean, as someone who was drinking like 600 milligrams of caffeine a day at one point, which
Holy shit.
I still probably I still probably drink like I had to cut back a little bit. Like in like scientific terms, like 400 milligrams is like the average amount like that a healthy human being like consumes a day.
Uh,
Um,
that's actually a little bit less than that, dude.
um,
It's
I mean,
it's a little bit less on the healthy side, but if you step it up a little bit, you're like that's in like the yellow range where it's like, it's not ideal, but it's still okay, sort of deal.
yeah,
Um, but
it's
yeah, it's a lot though. But Devil Wolf, thanks for the
so
follow. Ace Platinum, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, guys.
yeah,
Um,
so
but no, that's bad, dude. I just had a conversation like that actually
yeah,
today with one of my family members. I have to remind myself not to say names and shit, but
yeah,
they
fake
messaged me
names.
and said my we were going over like diet stuff, man,
Hmm.
And she was like, my husband, he eats like shit. And normally, you think like, okay, the dude just like eats Doritos and like cookies and drinks pop all day or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, he last night he had 2 bowls of cereal, peanut butter toast, 2 bowls of ice cream, and drink a pop. And she said that was just last night.
Oof.
And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay. Because she was talking about his sleeping. And
Hmm.
she's like, it freaks me out because he'll, like, I think he has sleep apnea because he'll, like, gasp for air in his sleep.
Yeah.
And he'll thrash around in the process.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that sounds like sleep apnea. And then I was like, maybe you should go see a doctor. And I was like, but the problem is that doctors look at basically what kind of meds they can get you on, and they don't ask anything about diet. So I said, what's he eating? I was like, it sounds like he eats a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
And she's
That'll
like,
do it too.
yeah, she's like, fuck yeah, that's all he eats all day long. And he'll go to bed and eat a bag of candy. And
Oh
I'm
man,
like,
I
damn,
can't do
dude.
that.
I was like, does he like drink coffee and stuff? And she's like, he drinks it all day from the time he gets up until he goes to bed. And I was like, there's 90% of the problem, dude.
Yeah.
Is the fact that when you drink coffee all day like that, it messes with your adrenal glands, dude. It messes them up horribly. It makes you irritable.
Yeah.
It
10 to
makes you
12
all
ounce
messed
cup
up.
of coffee is like 80 milligrams of caffeine. So if you drink those all day, it adds up quick.
Yeah. And
You know.
especially, like, she said he drinks it up right to the point that he goes to bed. Like, that's his body's got to process that, and
Yeah.
it's fucking with his sleeping habits. And she said he eats
Yeah.
sugar all the time and he's like gaining weight and stuff. And I'm like, dude, he might. I mean, from what she described, it sounds like he's like talking about pre-diabetic stuff.
Mhm.
And I was like, dude, you gotta like step in and like tell this guy what's up, because he's gonna run into like heart issues and
Yeah.
circulation stuff and all that stuff.
Yeah. I eat really clean. My diet is like super clean.
Yeah, same.
Once in a while I eat like shit. Like I had Chinese food the other night, but like my
I did too, man.
my metabolism is on the quicker side, so like it doesn't really matter a whole lot to me. But
Same.
I the only downside to my diet is like at one point I was drinking like on training days, like, and this is just some like from like what I've studied in like school, like on training days, like it's fine to drink like 500 milligrams of caffeine is like a fair amount on training days, on days when you're like lifting weights and stuff.
If you're using it though, I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty
if you're
ideal.
using and that's like, but that's also including like your pre-workout and whatnot. Like that's not just like I'm gonna drink like 500 milligrams of like coffee,
Yeah.
So
I
I
wouldn't.
definitely had to cut back, and it's definitely hard like doing like, just because I'm up all hours of the night doing all sorts of things, doing
Hmm.
oddball things like this, which this isn't an oddball thing, it's just a fun thing, but like just doing things like this and like and streaming and like practicing and like doing pro scrims, like and just generally just general everything, and like
Yeah.
my hours when I work at my shop I work at, like I'm closing like 1-2 in the morning, and I come home and I play games and I practice and I'm streaming beforehand and afterhand, and so
It's a lot, and you're gonna
it's just a
use it,
lot,
so
man.
you drink it.
Yeah, and it's like if I don't, I'm gonna it's gonna be terrible. And I've really tried my hardest to cut down to about a little more than half of that. So like I try to keep it under like 400 milligrams a day.
Yeah.
Um,
These guys are over
and
here talking about sleep paralysis in chat, and I'm just like,
yeah,
what the fuck, dude? I've never had that
yeah,
happen to me before.
I've never had sleep paralysis, knock on wood.
Shit.
But I've had a couple friends that have had it.
Taking that
And
move train to
I
fuck that.
yeah, I just went to the doctor maybe like 4 months ago. And homie said that they did like a full like test. They looked at my heart, they looked at everything.
Yeah.
And it was like a full like checkup, and they said that
Good.
I was like in impeccable condition. Like I was like, there was absolutely nothing wrong with me, and I was like perfect health. And
Good.
like I was like, they said that there's absolutely nothing on their charts whatsoever that put up a warning sign for anything.
I mean, that's great, but we also
So
now we just cross our fingers and hope you don't get hit by like a car or something.
right. Like, get hit by a bus, or like get struck by lightning, or something, or
Oh, dude, have you ever seen that video it was floating around YouTube for a while. I don't know
Yeah.
if it still is, but this guy was like literally just like casually walking down the street, minding his own business, not bothering anybody. And
Was
he's
this
like,
in India?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because usually
I
some
saw it a
freaky
while
shit
ago.
happens in India.
I
So
have no idea, man. But this
like,
guy's
people
just
get
like, he was like in a city. I mean, like it was like a
yeah.
security camera from the top of a building pointing down.
Mhm.
But this dude's just like walking. He goes across the camera. This lightning bolt, boom, right in the top of his head, knocks him flat out. And immediately
Shit.
your first thought is like, oh God, the guy's fucking dead. And after like 30 seconds, he starts moving again. He like kind of sits up and he's like all messed up. You know, he's like, he just got hit by
Oh.
lightning. And he gets up and he's perfectly fine. There's like a burn mark. There's like a circle burn mark like this, you know, as big as his head or whatever on the ground, on the cement. And he gets up, starts walking again. Boom! Second bolt smacks him right in the head in a different
Bro.
spot, 10 feet away. Knocks him back on his ass. And he gets
What
fucking
kind
back
of-
up, dude. He
what
gets
kind of luck
back
is that?
up. What kind of luck is that? You get struck twice, 10 feet away from each other. And he still
That's-
gets up. And he's just like looking around like he has no fucking clue what just happened, man. And he just like keeps walking.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's insane. I mean, I mean, the only reason I asked if it was in India is because like there's a lot of the really freaky shit I see on the internet, like people getting like cut in half by trains and whatnot.
Yeah.
It all happens in India. It's all in India. It's all recorded on like a potato cell phone.
There's a lot
And,
of
like,
people in
you
India
can get-
who poop on the
You can
streets
get to
too.
you can get to the really weird. You can get to the really like weird, gruesome part of YouTube if you try hard enough. And I'm
Oh,
like, I figured that out. So
LNY, man, late night YouTube. Just you gotta
dude.
stop scrolling, dude. It'll
That's-
pull you into some shit.
That's been like the best. Some of the not I would say the best nights, but the weirdest nights that I've just been casually just like you start looking at like I don't know like cat vines and then you somehow make your way to like some like Arabic writing, but it's some dude getting like slammed by a freight train in India somewhere. It's like how did I get
I mean,
here?
that's pretty accurate, to be honest.
Like how did I get here? I don't know, man. But
Ooh, I got a bug bite on my arm. Sorry, go ahead.
dude,
But yeah, there's
yeah.
like people pooping in the streets in India, and it's like completely normal. It's just like, whatever. That's what we do. No clue what happened to me
Dude.
on Fortnite. Hell yeah. That's what I said earlier today.
Dude, it's
But-
all in India and South America. Like
Which is amazing, dude, because India is developing as like one of the they're like one of the most technologically advanced places on the planet.
Yeah.
And there are people
Yeah.
pooping in the streets.
I thought Russia was like the most technological. Well, actually, no.
No, India is like stepping their shit up, man.
Yeah, I kind of feel like a lot of the new tech is coming from like Saudi Arabia and
They got the oil money and stuff.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is they get the oil money, right? So like Saudi Arabia, I feel like there's always some weird like just some weird crazy new piece of technology like Saudi Arabia, and then like 5-6 months later, America's like, wait, what? And they just kind of like look back a little bit on the internet. And they're kind of like, oh damn, like so, and then yeah, that's how we get iPhones. That's probably how we got the first iPhone. So
Pooping on each other's legs. They're pooping on their own legs,
So-
dude.
oh my God.
I don't know how
Yeah.
that happens, man. They just
I don't
like
know.
America's always like just expanded and conquered. Like even though we don't have like we have our physical borders and stuff, you know, we got our hands dipped in everything everywhere,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
No. We're always like coming up with new stuff anyway. I mean, I feel like there's definitely some countries that are slightly ahead of us, like in terms of technology, but like, I mean, we're pretty much the forefront of most stuff. I think, you know.
Yeah, well, if not, we're sure gonna buy the guy who is.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. You know. But just out of curiosity, how did you get your what made you want to get into the business of selling coffee? Like, have you always just had a passion for the perfect roast and whatnot? And
Dude, I love coffee.
Mhm.
And that's really about it. And I like business. And so I was like, you know, if I'm going to do something with my life, it's not going to be working in the shitty shipping department. So I sat and I was like what do I really like to do? And I was like, well, I really like video games. I like
Mhm.
streaming. I like doing this commentating stuff. I like doing the podcasts. But I love coffee.
Yeah.
And then I sat and thought about it all, and I was like, I really love coffee, you know?
Yeah.
And the guy, yeah, exactly. The guy, that Andy right there, he's one of my best friends in the world.
Hmm.
Um, he he got me hooked on the French press for a little bit. And after that, dude, I just went deeper and deeper and
Uh-huh.
deeper. But yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, I love coffee, dude. And I like selling stuff. I was like, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to sell coffee. And so I put them
Dude,
together, and then I came up with Bearded Bean Coffee Company. Uh,
that's amazing, dude.
I'll
I
give
was
you one guess to figure out how I came up with that name.
your beard.
Ah, exactly.
I was a barista for a while before this job I had for a while before I stopped doing that and I went into esports full time. So
Yeah,
I definitely love coffee. I can relate 100% because I just love caffeine in general. Because it keeps me awake and it keeps me like I'm able to do the things that I need to do before I go to sleep.
yeah,
And yeah, I mean it's probably there definitely was a couple like unhealthy points in my life with caffeine, but we've crossed those bridges.
yeah.
We've
I've
come
had
back
those
from
too, dude.
that,
Like,
and we've come back from that, and yeah, I mean
no joke, dude.
it's
Like, I love it. We've been through our ups and downs, Coffee and I.
right. It's an
It hasn't
emotional
been
relationship.
like, it's been an emotional roller coaster, but it hasn't
Yeah,
been like an abusive roller coaster. I love
no,
coffee, and coffee loves me. It treats me good.
it's
And there was
she's
a
been
point,
gentle.
yeah, there was a
She's been
point where
maybe not all the time, but
there was a while there we spent way too much time together, spending all our time together, holding hands,
right.
just drinking some coffee loving me in my belly, and like there were like I would drink it like as soon as I woke up, coffee, boom, made a pot, drink it from I don't know 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, an entire pot. It took me 2 hours to drink it, chugged it, eat some lunch or
Oof,
whatever, make another
another pot
pot,
of coffee.
yeah, make another pot, drink it all the way up until 3 a.m. Stop drinking
Was it
coffee at
your
3 and go to bed. And it got to
yeah?
a point where like some days like I would lay down at like 2 or 3 in the morning, wide fucking awake. And then I'd end up staying awake until like 10 o'clock the next morning and just crash completely, just conk out. And I'm like, dude, I gotta stop doing this myself.
Yeah, it is. It's a black hole.
Ugh.
Like trying to kick a caffeine addiction, like quitting drink. I don't care what anyone says. Quitting drinking caffeine cold turkey is worse than quitting smoking.
I don't know, dude. I have to battle the other
Psychologically,
way around to be honest. Mine's flip flopped.
I don't know, man. Okay.
I cut down from like almost 2 pots of coffee a day to like one like medium
I
sized
th-
cup at a gas station a
yeah.
day, like within the span of 24 hours. And I had never had any issues. But with the
Huh.
smoking stuff, I never did a lot. But,
Yeah.
um, some people I know, they're like, oh, I do like a pack a day and I do like a pack and a half a day. And I'm just like, what
Yeah.
the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I
That's
smoke like maybe 5 a day.
yeah. Yeah. I
But it's
mean,
still tough to quit.
I think okay. I guess we can both agree that maybe they're pretty like even. They're like tied up there with like the two hardest things to quit are, but like the two hard. I mean, one may be worse than the other. Other way around, whatever. But like the two are tied equally. Like those two things are the hardest things to quit above like almost anything else. I feel like.
I think personally, not even personally. I think if I had to like put it on a list, like 1, 2, and 3, like the top three,
Hmm.
it would be sugar, tobacco, caffeine, in that order. Sugar being number one because um,
I can see that.
sugar's the
I've
number
never
one
had an
problem.
issue with. Yeah, I used to see it a lot. I've never had an issue
Yeah, I haven't
like
either.
with sugar, but I guess I could see that. Yeah, I think for me it would definitely go like caffeine, tobacco, sugar. But that's just me. That's just
Yeah,
me personally. I think everybody's gonna have their personal opinion. I think for me that's kind of that's where it would be at for me.
actually, Ace, that is that's soundproof foam behind my head. That's a panel that I put up there. I'm gonna put another one up, so that thing can fall all it wants to. It's just foam. It won't break. Thank God.
Dude, soundproofing. I had to put up. I have. I Jimmy rigged back when before I went to school for nutrition. Before I was doing what I'm doing now, and I went to school for audio production, and I tried to build a studio, and I had a studio for a while, and I did a lot of production work and stuff and Foley audio, and I tried to work for Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where that actually, working, doing like my love for games was always rooted in me as a child. As a kid, I played Bethesda games like Fallout 1, 2, 3, New Vegas, 4, and I'm disappointed in Fallout 76. I probably won't buy it. That's a whole nother thing though. But ever since I was a kid, I loved Bethesda, the company. I've loved all their games they've made. And when I was working, when I was working, I'll probably still buy it because it's fucking Fallout. But like, I mean, when I was a kid, when I was working with audio production, I was doing a lot of Foley audio and stuff.
Yeah.
I applied to work for Bethesda like 3 different times as like an audio technician.
Yeah.
Like to do Foley audio for their games.
Sure.
I knew how to do it, and I knew in my heart I was more than capable of doing it, but they ended up wanting me to have a bachelor's degree in like audio programming, which is not what I had. I was in audio production and programming. Like they wanted me to be able to code audio into things, which is something that at the time I didn't know how to do, but I was willing to learn on the fly. Like I was like I wanted like learn how to do it.
Oh, of course. I mean, you
I
want
was
that
super
job,
bummed.
you're gonna be like, dude, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll do whatever you want me to do.
I mean, like, I applied 3 different times over the span of a year and a half, and it was like my dream to work for like Bethesda. And so, but that's kind of like where like my love of games really grew. Even though like I've loved games my whole life, but it just didn't work out, and I'm glad it worked out where I'm at now. And like but what I was saying is I have like a bunch of acoustic panels that that I made, and
yours are way
me
cooler than mine.
me and my dad made them, and yeah, I just took them from the studio that I had in my house, and I kind of there's some outside in my bedroom, and then I have them all in the stream room in here. And,
yeah, yours are way better than mine.
Well, we built these, so
I made that too, but it was like the cheap way. So,
hey, I mean, we went like I tried. I feel like even blankets can do the job, man. Like
True.
I feel like egg cartons, blankets, like anything that dampens sound can be considered soundproofing. It doesn't need to be like I built these for a reason. I had them acoustically made for a reason, and like we built them with wood and like insulation and stuff, and put fabric over it. And so, and I took like a tape measure, and I like a level, and I leveled them all out, and I just kind of hung them on the wall to kind of just like just have a little bit better sound quality in here.
Not necessarily soundproof, but they knock out the echoes, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, like the way that this house is laid out, it's a townhouse, and I just moved in June. I've only been living in this place for a few months, and so it's a townhouse. So there's no like upstairs, but there's like you walk in the front door, right, and there's that level of the house, top floor, and then there's just you go downstairs. And then there's this level of the house, which is I live in the entire lower level. This is all mine.
Shit,
and
man.
so I have an entire like downstairs. I mean, I showed you before stream. I have like an entire like downstairs, and then I have this is a master bedroom that I don't use, but I use for Twitch. So I've converted it into a Twitch room, Twitch studio, whatever, just a studio, just a room for streaming, a master bedroom that I stream out of.
Yeah, guys, I got to see that shit earlier, and I'm kind of jealous. Like his bathroom's way nicer than mine, and mine's right behind me, right there. But Like he's got a
And
bed down there and like everything. All he needs is like a mini fridge, and he's like
I
set to
actually
go.
have a mini
You
fridge.
son of a bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
It's out more. So I actually keep a lot of. I don't. The only thing I really keep stocked in my mini fridge is like fruit. I have a lot of fruit in there.
That's good though.
And
Good sugars and stuff, man.
tea. Yeah, tea and fruit, and occasionally, like I mean, I have like Bang once in a while that's stored in there. Like Bang
Hmm.
is like another. It's like a healthy energy drink
Yeah,
that I like
it's
to
really
drink. So.
popular. It's gaining popularity.
Yeah, it's really good for you. It's like 300 milligrams in a can, so it's pretty strong. But I found something even stronger. It's 400 milligrams, and it's called Hype.
Ooh.
And I tried it, and it's not very good. And I probably wouldn't buy it ever again. But it was like DJ Khaled's new like
Oh no.
pre-workout drink. Like he tried to make it, it just wasn't very good. I'm like,
Well, you know how
yes.
you're supposed to drink those, right?
Like no, you can drink it. All these drinks I've tried are made to be drank as pre-workout, or you can drink them. So you can drink them as pre-workout, or you can drink them like just for like a boost of energy on days that you don't work out, you don't train. So, like that's like what it says on all the cans. So you can
With
you can drink
his
it.
specifically with DJ Khaled's, you're supposed to drink the whole thing, and then you grab your second one, and so you drink the first one, and you say, and
Uh-huh.
another one. So you grab
And
the second one.
then, yeah, yeah, and then you have a heart attack.
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of like drinking red line, dude.
All right. Remember
So
when?
many.
Remember when
Oh my god.
cocaine, the
Yeah.
drink cocaine, not the drug, but the
Oh
drink
yeah, I remember the drink, dude. It wasn't
cocaine.
around very long. It's
No,
like killing
because
people.
yeah, I've never tried it. I've never even seen it on a shelf anywhere. But like,
Oh, I've seen it. I just never felt like trying it. Like red line. Have you ever tried a red line?
no,
Don't ever
I don't
try
even
red
know.
line.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's just an
Is that
energy
like
drink, man.
is that a Midwest thing, or is it like
I don't have a clue. I don't want to know anything about it. All I know is that on the can, like you turn on the side, there's a big warning, a big caveat on the side that says drink half the can only, you stupid piece of shit. And one of my friends, oh
Well, fuck
yeah, I remember when you bought red line, dude. No, on one of my friends, he works in law enforcement, and he was
uh-huh.
like, he was telling me the story. He's like, dude, I was running late and I was really tired because I didn't really sleep. So,
Mhm.
I don't know, probably something with a girl. I don't know, but he's like,
Mhm.
I didn't really sleep, so I went and I got an energy drink and I got a red line. I never had it before, and he's like, so I drank it. He's like, I didn't eat anything, and I was like, dude, I was like, what? Are you stupid? I was like, well, do you know what the? He's like, no, listen. He's like, I drank the whole thing. He's like, I didn't even know. And then I read the back of the can, where it said, drink half the can and wait 4 hours, and then drink the other half of the can. And I was just like, fuck, what happened, dude? And he's like, well, my face went really flush. I was like, yeah, that's called a niacin flush. That's where your body's trying to pump out all the extra shit, all the extra niacin and vitamin B and stuff that you took in your body. Because you're basically having like an adrenaline shot to your brain. And he's like, I know. He's like, I could feel my heart beating out of my chest. He's like, I felt like I was going to pass out for a little bit. And then after that calmed down, I just felt like I had to do everything all at the same time
I don't know. I
for
did a
eight
quick
hours.
that he probably got a lot of work done.
I'm
I don't
sure
know.
he
I don't know
did.
what I don't know how long ago this was, and I just did a quick Google search because I was curious. But like the average, so I guess red line can only contains 31 milligrams per fluid ounce. Oh, I
31
read that wrong.
milligrams per ounce. How many ounces are in the can?
Oh, this is an 8-ounce bottle, but and a can was probably 16, so it's probably about
Yeah.
500 milligrams of caffeine. That's pretty wild, dude. 500 milligrams in one go is like I'll drink like 250 milligrams in the morning, and then I'll
That's
drink like
almost an adrenaline shot, dude.
I'll drink like I'll drink like another 160 like in the evening. So I space it out, but like I'm at the point right now, like right now it's still like pretty bad. Like if I don't have like 250 to 300 milligrams like within like an hour of me waking up, like I will punch a hole in the wall.
Really?
I'm grumpy, I am tired, like I am like the sassiest person.
That doesn't happen
Like
to me. That's weird.
oh dude, no, it's real bad. Like if I don't have it in the morning, I That's why I feel like for me, it'd be the hardest thing to quit.
If I don't have it in the morning, I feel like, well, it's just gonna be a shitty day, huh? And then I like go through my day and I'm fine. But I've never like had to crash. Like here's a fun weird thing. Like you ever get like headaches and stuff? Whether it's just like just because you
Yeah,
get
I'll
one
get
or whatever.
headaches. I'll get headaches if I don't have it like within like an hour.
The weirdest thing ever, dude. I'm not even bullshitting you. I'll give you all the money in my wallet right now if I'm a liar. But
Right.
I've never had a headache ever in my life. Not one day. Weirdest thing ever.
That's
I
that's
it's either really good or really bad. I don't know.
I don't know if that's healthy or not. Like,
I'm perfectly healthy.
yeah, no, I'm saying like just like that's not having a headache, man. Okay.
Never. And like I would get made fun of because I didn't get headaches, which made no sense. And
Why people make fun of you for that? I'd be like, you know,
because I'm the odd one
you-
out, and kids are stupid when they're young, and it's something to make fun of because it's different. But how would someone make fun of you for not having a headache? What would they say? Even like, haha, you don't get headaches, you're no,
stupid.
they just be like,
What?
they just look at you real weird and be like, "You're a fucking liar." And I'm like, "No, I'm not lying."
You're a liar.
And they'd be like, "Well,
Quit
you're
lying
a
to me.
fucking weirdo then." I'm like, "Well, suck my butt." Like,
Yeah, dude.
it's whatever. I've never had a headache, so like, I mean, I can understand like that your head hurts and stuff. Like, I get it,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Yeah.
So I can't really sympathize. It's hard for me to understand because I don't get it. But I've never had a headache. It's weird. Look at weird. Doesn't have a health issue. Yeah. Yet I'm gonna die of a fucking heart attack. You know my wife, Andy.
Dude, if I die, when I die, it's gonna be
If I
it's
die.
probably I'm immortal. No, like when I like, it's probably going to be from a car crash.
Really?
Yeah, I drive really fast.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll probably be from I don't know. I don't like to think about death really. It's not something I like to think about. But like I'm just like being realistic. Like
Sometimes
probably,
I do though, man. I do.
Dude, like thinking about death. I don't know, man. I have like an uneasy piece about it. Like
You know why?
I just feel why.
It's because you haven't done everything with your life that you want to do.
Right. I feel like I just feel like I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't matter. Maybe it would. I have no idea. I mean, like I just don't know.
Like in a
So
religious sense?
like no, I feel like just in general like
Oh, of course it matters, dude.
well no I mean like yeah like it matters. I don't know like it and man it's difficult. A difficult thing.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. It's hard to.
I definitely believe in. I definitely believe. Like I grew up. I was raised a Christian, so like I definitely believe. There is like. I don't. I don't really believe in like religion. Like I think, whatever God you believe in, I believe I personally like believe like there is like a Jesus, like you know, like I believe like everyone should believe in. I feel like everyone should believe in something, right? You know, like
Sure.
if you don't believe in anything, that's fine too. That's cool too. I feel like whatever religion you are, you should believe in something. You know, I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion. Like, I mean, or don't. I mean, but I that's how I was raised. I think everyone's raised differently. You know, like I don't know why everyone hates each other for or people think someone. I don't think. Here's what I don't think. I don't think that someone else's religion is wrong. I don't think that. I don't think there's a wrong religion. I think everybody has their own God they believe in and their own belief system. And I don't know why there isn't a right or wrong one. You know what I mean? So I feel like if everyone has their own and they have that personal relationship, then yeah.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
You know, I mean, I don't know. That's just like the easiest way I look at it. Like, I believe that that Jesus is real. I believe. Well, I believe that Jesus and the devil are real. I believe that heaven and hell is a really real thing. I believe, like, I don't know how you really get into. I mean,
Well, there's definitely some evil shit out there, that's for
yeah,
sure.
no, dude. There's
But
like, I don't fuck with Ouija boards. Like, like I don't like.
I don't
Okay,
so much
I
like.
have, and nothing's happened. But like, I don't know. I mean, does it really? I feel like,
I don't really think they do anything, to be honest. I
yeah,
mean,
I don't think they do either. I
I've
think,
never messed with one, but I don't really give a shit about them either.
no, yeah, I don't know.
But
I
I don't
don't
know,
know.
man.
Yeah,
I think probably all religions were probably spawned from like the same pretty
yeah.
much common sense belief of like be nice to each other and don't be a
Yeah,
dickhole all your life and you'll
if
probably be okay.
if you think about it though, like one thing I've always thought about, and that I've had this discussion like with one of my best friends, goes to a Christian school. He studies like youth ministry, and he's going like he's you know, and he's like one of my really close friends. And I had
Hmm.
this conversation with him like a while ago, and I'm like, if when the world was created and every leader of each religion at the time, like Jesus, Buddha, uh, whoever. I'm gonna butcher like every religion. I'm so sorry to
Oh, that's
anyone
fine, man.
who is watching this, and
Let them get offended. Fuck them.
whatever your belief is, like the let's say the head of every religion, right? Or what the head of every belief system and their rule set
Yeah.
went up to a blank canvas, and they were all racing to pin up their rules, and whoever was like the first one to put their rules up, like my rules are right, yours is wrong, and then like they pinned up like they pinned up the Quran, or they pinned up the Bible, they pinned up the whatever book or whatever rule set, your belief system, your rule set. And it's like, well, mine was there first, I put mine there first, so mine's right, and all you guys can fuck off and you're
Ah,
wrong.
the
You know what I mean?
race to
Like
be the
that's
best and the
so
first.
right. But like, but like if you were to like put that on paper, like how dumb would that sound? It's like if someone says like, all right, well, Judaism or Christianity or Hinduism or whatever, like only that like when someone says like that is the only right religion, like Christianity is the only right religion, or like Hinduism is the only right religion, all the other religions and belief systems are wrong.
Yeah.
I think that's an extremely ignorant thing to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that like who said who said
Well, that would be like
who said your rule
saying,
set is the only one that's right? Like then what would all the other religions or rule sets
well,
mean then?
it's about as ignorant as saying like somebody coming up to you and being like, dude, literally the only way you can demonstrate your love to your mom is to just hug her. And that's it. That's
Yeah.
all you can do. And then somebody else comes up
Yeah.
and says, well, dude, you're wrong, because the only way you can really love your mom is if you go over there and you kiss her on the cheek. And then some other guy's like, nah, dude, you guys are both stupid, because the only way that you can really demonstrate that you love your mom is to look at your mom and say, Mom, I love you. It's like, yeah, they're different, three different variations right there, but they all mean the same fucking thing, dude.
Yeah.
It's just a different approach to get to the same effect, to tell your mom you love her. That's the important part. And
Yeah.
I think that's what people get confused with. No, I'm right and you're wrong. It's like, you're both kind of right, just in your own stupid way. Whether you
Yeah.
want to believe it or not, you guys are like, you may be at opposite ends of of the spectrum, but at the end of the day, you're both gonna meet right here together. Yeah, I mean, that's what I had never understood.
Yeah.
It's like,
I try not to like think of any of that kind of stuff, because like it's, I mean,
make it
it's
like
just
Jeet
like
Kune
it
Do,
makes
man. Make a
it makes me
religion
sad.
like that. Make a religion
makes
like
me
Jeet Kune
sad.
Do.
Yeah.
Find like find all the like the popularized religions of the world and make a
Mhm.
Jeet Kune Do. So you just take all of the best stuff out of all of them and combine them into one. And there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You probably have a pretty good religion of like, I don't know, don't be an asshole. Be thankful for stuff. Appreciate the people around you. Tell your friends that you like them and you're glad they're in your life. Make sure you work hard and take care of your family and take care of the people you love, and make sure they know you love them. You're probably going to have a pretty damn good life, dude. Pretty simple stuff.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
I don't really think I need to like bow to the east or whatever, bow to the west, or I don't know, I think it's east, like 5 times a day. I don't think I need to do that to demonstrate that I'm a pretty happy dude and I love people.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think I definitely agree. I
But
mean,
if you do
that's
feel you need to do that, also cool. If that's what helps you be nice to people, by all means do it, dude.
yeah, for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I try not to think about that stuff cuz it just makes me sad. Like, I don't know. It's just
Sometimes, man.
anything
Sometimes sometimes it doesn't though. Some of that shit's pretty cool, really.
yeah. Like I know definitely like as a society like we shouldn't really be ignorant to like politics and different religions and stuff like that. But like all that
Yeah.
stuff just maybe it's just me like maybe this is just like the immature part of me, but like the immature part of me just doesn't want to think of any about that. Like think of like any of that stuff and it just makes me really sad.
Sure.
So, I
Well, that
mean,
just means you care, dude. It means you care about
yeah,
people and you care about the world you live in,
you
which
know,
shouldn't.
I've never
That's not a bad thing.
I've always just man, I've always just been like a neutral just on politics and everything. I've always just had like a neutral stance and I just feel sad, about everything.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel sad anymore. Like that's I just don't want to feel sad.
You know, the weirdest thing is like
So,
back when they designed all that shit for the United States, there was
mhm,
never supposed to be these separation of parties. It was all supposed to just be one party,
yeah,
and that was it. But they decided to divide it up,
yeah, yeah.
and
It's
everybody's like, "No, this is the dumbest idea ever. This is one of the biggest mistakes you can make." And they're like, "No, we're gonna do it anyway, because we're ignorant and we don't know any better because we're stupid, and we've only
yeah,
been around like." Think about it like this, dude. Like America, um, let's see, 1700s, 300 years.
Jamestown.
That's basically three people ago. If you look at it, people live 100 years. We'll just say people lived 100. That's three people ago, dude.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
how long we've been here for. Three people ago. Maybe four
And
people.
somewhere and those lifespans, so many things have just changed and happened and
So much stupid shit. But yeah.
I mean, dude, just like it's crazy to think about like we've some of the things that we've just accomplished, like a lot of the good things that we've accomplished over um from like the 1800s up until now, like just like finding electricity and like pretty much abolishing slavery and I mean and just like all these really cool I don't know why I listed those two things specifically, but just like just a bunch of cool things have happened from like the 1800s up until like now.
Yeah.
Like there's just been like a lot of really cool a lot of really cool things that have happened and then maybe from I mean there's been a lot of things that have happened since we've founded America, but I mean I feel like there's been a lot more significant things that have happened since like the 1700s up until now. I
Oh
mean,
hell yeah.
I don't
But
know.
you have to
So,
figure like most places, like Rome, ancient Rome was around for thousands of years before that empire was destroyed. Like the Ming Dynasty was around for
yeah.
a super long time until it was destroyed. Um, France has been around for a way long time. Basically, everybody around us has been around for a really long time,
Yeah.
except for us. And we're the stupid kids. We're like the stupid teenager that nobody wants to listen to, but they have a lot of money and all the influence because daddy was rich or
Yeah.
something. Um, so since we emancipated ourselves from daddy, we took all his money and we said, you might not like us, but we'll buy your affection. And
Yeah.
they're like, okay, we need money. Well, that's how stupid we are. We're in that phase where we're like the 13-year-old kid who just doesn't know shit about shit, but we think we do. And then we think we can bully everybody around because we're a little bit taller than everybody else in our grade. Um, that's about where we're
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
because we're
Well,
only at three people ago. So we're not very smart. We did a lot of cool
well,
stuff and made electric
yeah.
cars, and you're not even in my state, and I'm talking to you right now like instantly, which is really cool. But
Dude,
we
remember
can't seem
like
to
it was so
differentiate
hard.
between white and black. It's like what the
Yeah.
fuck.
Dude, technology has gotten so far, man. I remember like when Skype was like a huge deal, and the fact that you can just video chat anybody is just like what? It is like now it's just
Yeah.
like I could just Discord video call like anybody on the fly, and then like we could just have like natural interactions like this, you
Yeah.
know.
And you
So
can add more than one person. Like,
mhm.
it's not like a phone call. Like, I grew up when you had to have landlines and AOL and dial-up internet. I grew up on that, so you couldn't like use the phone and be on the internet at the same time.
Mhm.
And now
And
I
now,
can talk on my
yeah,
phone and send a text message and watch
dude.
Facebook and listen to music all at the same
Now
time.
and nowadays, like 5 years ago, not everybody had a webcam, but nowadays it's like pretty much like whether you have a smartphone, you have a PC, you have something, uh, something that was made within the past like 2 years, 3 years, like you're gonna have a webcam.
Yeah. Rizzo,
So
what's
there's
up, man?
always
Welcome. Sorry.
so yeah, but like you're gonna have a webcam.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Like everything has a
I mean,
webcam. And everybody's like, "Oh, it's because the government wants to track you and watch you while you're in your home." It's like, what are they gonna fucking watch me do? Like, they're gonna watch a show? Cool, let them. It's a cool show. What are they gonna do? Watch me take a crap in my own bathroom? Is that what
yeah,
they want to see? I don't think so.
no, I don't know how true that. I mean, some of it's probably true, but I don't know how a lot. I don't know how true a lot of it is, though. But
I think a lot of the stuff is like conspiracy stuff, but I think there's probably there's some truth to a little bit of everything.
yeah,
Uh, I'm doing good, Ezra. Doing good. Welcome to the chat, man. Having a little talk sesh for those of you
yeah.
who are in the chat, but those of you who are going to be listening, you're missing out.
I remember Windows Live Messenger and AIM and Yahoo. Yeah,
Yeah.
this chat. I've like just kind of looked up at your chat like nowish.
The first one
But
I ever used was Yahoo Chat, and then I went to AIM, and then I had Windows.
yeah,
Like, you had all three, dude, and people
I
were
remember.
changing their status updates left and right,
Oh
and they'd
yeah,
pop up in
I
your
remember
lower
when
bottom right
AIM.
screen.
Yeah, I remember when AIM. I used AIM all the time.
Yep.
So
Me
yep.
too.
And then, dude, that was crazy. Are
Can you...
you totally off topic? Are you planning on going to TwitchCon?
Um, no, not planning on it. I had a plan to. That wasn't gonna work out. We a buddy of mine and I, we actually were we got an email from the guys at Twitch telling us that they wanted us to submit for one of the panels at TwitchCon.
Mm-hmm.
We got everything organized, and when we got our schedules together, we're just like, dude, we're not gonna be able to go this year, so we're gonna plan for next year.
Because
So
I got more than half my costs covered to go to TwitchCon, which is why I'm going
badass.
this year. And I I just finished making my panel schedule and just like the things that I'm doing at TwitchCon like yesterday, and it's a pretty big list of things I'm doing, and like going to all the events and stuff and the workshops on top of all the panels and watching the Doritos Bowl and
Yeah.
like the fall skirmish, Fortnite fall skirmish, the grand finals, and like the broadcast Royale with Black Ops and PUBG and stuff, and
Yeah.
because it goes over like 3 days, and then I have like meetings with some really really cool people. Like we're talking to like Soltech and some people about doing stuff with the shop, and like we're looking at some really really cool things to be happening in the near future. Just like having little workshops here at our land center and stuff. So we're and
Yeah.
I get to meet with a whole bunch of really really cool people at TwitchCon, and I get to meet a bunch of cool people at TwitchCon. And like the only person I want to meet at TwitchCon is Shroud. That's it.
That dude
I
is a
don't I don't
monster.
I don't care about meeting. I literally could care less about meeting. Like Ninja lives 20 minutes down the street from my house. He moved. He used to live like 30 seconds down the street from my house. Now he lives like 20 minutes.
Dude, you
Um,
know what I would be doing if I lived like 30 seconds down the street from Ninja? If
hmm,
I were you, I would be like writing on little post-it notes
It's just like leaving him.
and
Like I'm
leaving
not even
them around
okay.
his property, being like, "You fucking suck at Fortnite. I'll kick your
Here,
ass in Fortnite."
I can tell this story on stream because it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Um, but so I met Ninja about let's see, he's 26 now. About 7 years ago, I met Ninja when he was playing uh Halo for I think it was Cloud 9 or Liquid, Liquid or Cloud 9. This is
I want to
this
say
is
Liquid, dude.
this is way before he was. This is like way before he was on Luminosity, like playing Fortnite or streaming, whatever he was doing.
Well, he got
Anyway,
he got more well known because of the Halo tournaments.
right.
But I want to say it was Liquid. I think you're right about the
I,
Liquid
I,
thing.
I think so. It was Liquid or Cloud. It was Liquid or Cloud 9, one of the two. But he. So my parents are photographers. They've taken. I've never told this story on stream before.
Ooh.
So and no one really knows this, but it's public knowledge. Doesn't matter. So my parents were photographers. They retired. My dad does some other cool stuff with like virtual tours and photography and like flying drones. And I'm getting my FAA license to fly like commercial quadcopters and stuff to like go like do like drone photography.
Badass.
And so we're doing that. And then before that, he used to take all the senior pictures for two of the high schools in my area. And we did the senior pictures out of our backyard at our old house because we had like it was like fully landscaped and like this is we had like a portrait studio like in my outside and indoors in our garage. So that's where we did all the senior pictures. So it was really weird because I had about maybe the class of like 2000 like 10 to like 2000 like 17 and like seniors like in my backyard from like both high schools. But I had Ninja in my backyard back when like good old Tyler Blevins, like we still have his like records of information and you know like Tyler
Awesome.
Blevins had his senior pictures taken like at my house. And I remember that. So there was so we had so I had Ninja in my backyard. We took his senior pictures. Back when he wasn't Ninja, he was just Tyler Blevins, you know, he was like 17, 18-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we took his senior pictures and he lived, I mean, like he lives down this, he lived like, you know, 15 minutes down the road from me. And like when I was living here before he moved about 20 minutes down the road from me now, but like where he was living at and where my house is right now, I could walk to his house. So
And now
it's
he's
really
moved in a bigger
yeah
house.
yeah now he lives in a mansion, but he still lives
Yeah.
like 20 minutes away from me. But like it's so weird knowing that like it was kind of awkward knowing that like I lived so close to like the biggest thing on the internet in esports like in the world. Like I mean like when you think of Twitch, like all everyone thinks of is like Ninja and Shroud and like the top three like Twitch gods, like you know what I mean, like
Oh yeah.
Tapman and whatever. So
Yeah.
when everyone thinks of Twitch, they think of Ninja, and so because Ninja is like the biggest thing
Well,
on
he's
Twitch,
synonymous with it because he is the biggest thing Twitch has. I mean,
Yeah. So I mean,
streaming's
and I
so new though.
yeah, no, it is new, and it's so weird that like because like everybody, you know, everybody, there's so many people that are streaming on Twitch, and the fact that I lived like I could walk to the dude's house that is like the god of Twitch, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
weird.
kind of weird,
Yeah.
you know. And I knew where he lived. I had his. I mean, like I knew. I'm not gonna like DDoS him, but like I knew. Like
Right.
I mean, like I knew. I had all his information. I knew where he lived. Like I could walk to his house. It was really creepy. Because I mean, he grew up in Gray's Lake, and that's public knowledge. It's on his Wikipedia page, and it's on TV and stuff. So like,
There's a video
grew
about
up in-
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so he grew up in Gray's Lake, and I live in Gray's Lake, you know. So
Mhm.
I lived like, and where his house is like pretty much where my house is. So it's just a really weird coincidence, like being like living so, and it's public knowledge that like I mean, and like he still shows his face around here. Like he'll go to, like the local Starbucks that like we have, here.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple, and it's like, like we've served him coffee before and shit. Like, so it's not like anything like everyone knows that he lives around here. It's not like anything weird, but
Sort of
it's like
like,
literally anybody else that's like,
so there's
to
not like a bunch of weird people like showing up at his house and stuff and like doing
I
all
mean,
that.
he
Or
keeps it pretty like discreet.
good
So
idea.
he keeps it pretty discreet. So like it's yeah. I mean, it is weird. So, but yeah, I really don't care about meeting anybody except Shroud.
Badass.
And
Get a
like
picture.
Shroud, I will. Shroud. There's a lot of small streamers that I watch that are going to TwitchCon that I want to meet. But in terms of like big streamers that everybody wants to meet, like I really just want to meet Shroud. I could care less about anybody else.
Cool.
I am going to the Tim the Tatman roast. That should be funny though. So, but
Yeah. Thanks for the
yes,
follow, Urza. Sorry. By the way, Urza wants to know if you like anime and if you do, what your favorite one is.
yeah. Okay. I watch anime here and there. My two favorite animes are, and it's the most cliche thing. Actually, it's really not.
You're gonna say
Initial,
One Piece and Bleach, aren't you?
no.
Oh, okay.
Initial D
Okay.
is one of my favorite animes, and it was an anime. It was made at, let's see, it came out in 1994.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit older. It's about the this guy that that drives a tofu. This kid that drives a car, delivers tofu for his dad. He's like a high school kid. Drives this mountain that he's been driving since he was like 13, and like the show takes place when he was like 16 or something like that. He like drives this mountain up and down every day, and eventually gets so good at it that he starts like drifting on it and stuff. And then like all of a sudden, like all of his friends in high school like drift racing on this mountain, and then they find out they're like, at first like they didn't know that it was him, but then they find out that like, oh shit, like Takumi is like this god like drift racer. And it's like he's and like what, they're all just like so shocked, and like the whole show is about him growing as like this like professional drift racer and like driving for the Sun Stars and stuff. It's such a cool show. And then the most recent anime I watched that just made me cry at the end of it was Assassination Classroom.
Haven't seen it yet.
And I love the show so much. I have like a shirt. I have an Assassination Classroom shirt. I have like an Assassination Classroom keychain and a
Nice.
lanyard, and it's on my keys. Like, dude, I love that show. And then I just watched another. I'm a huge fan of like Attack on Titan.
There you go.
I haven't watched the second season yet, so I really can't call myself a fan.
Oh,
But,
dude.
yeah, dude, I love that show. And Aaron actually turns into like a Flesh Titan from the first season. I was like, what? Like, dude. So, but yeah, so that, and then I am watching this anime right now. It's a short anime, but it's called Terror and Resonance, and it's
I don't know
about
one either.
it's like just one in Funimation. It's like a
That's
12
probably pretty
episode
good then.
series. It's a 12 episode series about these these two teenagers that like plan a bunch, that they're blowing up a bunch of buildings in Tokyo, but the only evidence the police have of them doing it are like viral videos on the internet.
Hmm.
And it's a really interesting show. It's a really
Clever
really really cool
premise.
show. Yeah, it's a weird show. It is a super interesting show, and it definitely like after each episode ends, it's like, damn, I want to watch the next one.
I grew up on some of the older stuff, and like I grew up around like Dragon Ball Z. Like that was my thing. That was my show. Like I'd get out of school, Dragon Ball Z would come
Yeah.
on, and Ronin Warriors was kick ass.
Yeah.
Sailor
I
Moon was
never
on.
I never watched like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. I never watched any of those, and I feel like
I watched Naruto.
those like the two like most popular animes that are kind of like a thing, right? Like American animes that are like, well, Japanese animes that are like Americanized, right?
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are the two most popular ones, and I never watched either of those two. And,
I
like,
loved Dragon Ball Z. I still love it, but I grew up on it, so it's got that nostalgia factor too. But
yeah. No.
Ronin Warriors was kick ass. But I watched one that's even earlier called Del Toro Quest. If you haven't seen that, like it's kind of like kiddish, like it's made for younger kids, but it's still really cool. It's a really cool anime.
I've been thinking about starting like Sword Art Online, but I've heard all I've heard are really not so great things about that show.
No, dude,
So I don't
the
know.
first one, the original Sword Art Online is really really good.
Okay.
Sword Art Online 2 is really 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 bad.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
yeah, they basically they didn't reboot it exactly, but they basically
Uh-huh.
made like Sword Art. It's literally Sword Art Online 2. New characters, new people, all new shit, and it sucks. They went real like soft with it and very, what's the word I want to use? Um, they just went weak with it, dude. Not good.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's like when you go from Spider-Man 2 to Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire and how terrible Spider-Man 3 was. It's like that.
That's rough. That's really rough.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
that. Feel that myself.
You're not missing anything with
No.
DBZ. Andy, you suck it, dude. DBZ's awesome, and you suck. Inuyasha sucks. DBZ's awesome. See, now we go back to the whole religion thing. You're wrong, and I'm right.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
But anime is great.
Oh yeah. I
But
love the anime, dude.
I grew up on that older stuff, but I really like Thundercats too. Um, it's not really an anime, but I would say if I had to pick one of all time, probably Princess Mononoke, Studio Ghibli.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, dude, watch it. It'll flip your
I
world.
honestly, I need to watch like a lot of these. Like I haven't really watched like those are the few animes that I've watched like all the way through like in pretty much one sitting.
Yeah, yeah.
Assassination Classroom is an anime that I will recommend to anybody. If you don't know what the show's about, it's just like it's a show about this this being this like supreme being that was going to blow up the world, but he landed in this school in Japan, and then the Japanese government tried to like make a plea deal with him, and so basically the dude is like um Koro Sensei is his name. So Koro Sensei made a deal with the Japanese government saying like, all right, I'm gonna teach these group of like adolescent like just like kids that didn't make like the good enough grades to be in like this one school. So they're like, I'm gonna teach these kids to be assassins, and if they can't assassinate me by the end of the school year, then I'm gonna blow the world up. The world's gonna end. I'm gonna blow it up. And
Hmm.
they have one school year to kill me, and I'm gonna teach them everything I know about being an assassin. And
Okay.
the whole show is about that. Like the whole show, these kids are like trying to find clever ways to assassinate their teacher, and the whole show is like really like lighthearted. There's some like really like oh shit moments on the show, and there's just it's like a huge up and down roller coaster. And then the last, I won't ruin it for anybody on stream, but like the last few episodes of the show are just like super dark, and it's just like the ending is just so like there's only like the whole show only gives you like two options for an ending,
Hmm.
but the ending is just like super dope. It's super cool, and it's such an awesome show. And yeah, I mean, I would definitely that show is a show that I would recommend to anybody who doesn't even really like anime. Like that
Yeah.
show was so good.
Yeah.
That's my favorite by far. My like between that and Initial D, those are my two favorite animes.
Yeah. My go-to would definitely be Princess Mononoke. Um,
I've heard about that. I just have not watched it yet.
so good, dude. It's the beauty of art, man. But
Dude, I need to watch another anime.
yeah. One Punch Man. Have you seen that?
Not yet.
Hilarious,
Not
dude.
yet.
It's so cool and it's funny as hell.
Okay. I
You'll
think
love
that
it.
might be. I think after I finished, I have to get through the last few episodes of Terror Renaissance. I'm gonna pick a new anime to watch.
Yeah. One
So,
Punch Man's pretty solid, dude. Like a 9 out of 10. It's great.
One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Assassination Classroom did not make. That was a show that was like a one series show, and there's no room to make a second season for that show. Like there's no reason to. So
Yeah.
that's the sad part. But
It happens, man.
well,
Sometimes people run out of money and, other
yeah. Well, I
things.
feel like the way they ended it, they didn't end it to where like there could be a second season in the first place.
I'm looking like a
So
character from The Walking Dead. I've been told that before. They said I would make a good Rick. Probably because of the beard.
yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't even, dude. what streaming and just like playing games full time has done to me is I one thing that's done is I've missed out. Like, I have seen every season of Shameless and every season of The Walking Dead, and I haven't even, and both of them have started like Shameless. This season of Shameless, I don't know if you've seen that show,
A
but
little bit.
this season of Shameless started like September 9th, and I haven't seen an episode yet of this season. And then like The
I don't know,
Walking
man.
Dead started on the 12th. I've already missed like 3 episodes of The Walking Dead. And I'm not, I literally, like, I told myself I'm going to ruin it. After they killed off Carl in the last season, because it's already over. Everyone knows Carl's dead.
Coral.
So after they killed off Carl, I told myself I'm not watching the show anymore. And then like, I'm like, no, I should, but like, I want to know what happens because like apparently this is Rick's like last season on the show, and I thought they for sure like after like the second season of The Walking Dead, I thought for sure they were gonna like go off the comics,
Yeah.
but like
No way, dude. They never followed
no,
that stuff.
they went completely like off the they went completely off the comics, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
They're just like, we're
even
just
like
gonna do
even
whatever we
playing
want. It's fine.
even playing the game, even playing like Walking Dead, like playing like season 1 and 2 like on Xbox, like they like those followed the comics, but like neither of them, like the show doesn't follow the comics whatsoever, and I don't know what the dude's thinking. Like, oh, man, it's just garbage.
Or is that, no? I haven't seen those, buddy. I have not seen those.
Yeah.
Haven't seen. Have I seen
I don't know,
High
man.
School of the Dead or High School DxD or Fairy Tale? No, I have not seen those, man.
I don't know.
I don't know. My wife really likes Walking Dead a lot, and she really, really got
Yeah.
into Shameless. I tried to get into Shameless with her. I couldn't do it. It's not really. I don't know. I think it was just
Shameless is
a lot.
like it's more, yeah. There's definitely a lot to take in with that
Yeah.
show. It's more of like a drama.
Yeah, I think that was the problem. Is it's too dramatic
Yeah.
all the time
Yeah,
for me.
but I love that show. I think, and like it's filmed like the whole show, like they film like outside shots in Chicago. They film some scenes like an
Yeah.
hour away from me, but a lot of it's like actually a lot of it's filmed in Los Angeles, like on their set. So a lot of it's not even, it takes place in Chicago, and that's where a lot of it's filmed in Los Angeles. Yeah, and then like I'm a huge fan of like Sons of Anarchy, and so like I haven't even watched the like Kurt Sutter made the spinoff with the Mayans. The Mayans MC.
I haven't
and
watched
I
it
haven't
in a
even
long time, dude.
that yet. Like, there's so many shows that I've been like, before I
Same.
started streaming and before I started doing this, there's so many shows that I was ready to watch like as soon as the season came out, but it's like I'm so behind on everything.
Dude,
And
I just
feel
watched
like
The
sometimes
Office,
I live under a rock.
and I'm happy.
Dude, The Office
Over and over and over again for the rest of
I've
my
seen
life.
The Office 3 times through.
I think I've seen it like 30. I don't know, dude. Like,
And I've seen Parks and Rec like 3 times through, like actually
Parks
twice.
and Rec is great too.
Better. I mean, I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but like Parks and Rec is a better show than The Office, and you can fight me on that. Like,
I'll fight you. Not
I'll
only
fight
have you
anyone.
offended people, sir, you have offended me. I
I'll
am
fight. Yeah,
offended.
dude.
I will fight you
Hey.
over this.
We don't live that far. I mean, we can throw hands, but like,
All right, man.
but
do this.
but dude, Parks and Rec is just, honestly, dude, the casting for that show is just more of a. I just think it's a better show, man. Like I was more intrigued by Parks and Rec than I was and I love both are amazing shows. The Office is an incredible show, and I love the cast for The Office, and The Office is like one of my favorite TV shows. But Parks and Rec is better. And I can see your chat. I can see your chat getting really upset. But,
yo, Nico, you
but,
gotta
like,
go, bro. You gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I know you do too. It's already like 4:30. But but like, yeah, I just, dude,
they're both
man,
good shows, dude. They're written by the same people.
Yeah.
They're bound to both be great shows. I mean, I knew that going.
they're
into
literally
it.
like
They're the same show with this like half the same cast. But,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about half the same cast. There's not, but
Rashida Jones basically was the tie-in through that, but I think there was a cameo by somebody else that was in there, and I can't remember who it was. But I don't know. Whatever. They're great shows, dude. Great shows.
oh yeah, dude, for sure.
Yeah, I do have to get out of here, but
For sure,
we're
for
like a
sure.
half an hour over what we wanted to do, I think.
Hey, man. Hey, I mean, I gotta probably wrap it up soon anyway, because I gotta start getting ready to go to the gym here. Because
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm doing this. Like I'm going to the gym because so like the LA Fitness that's like right behind my house opens at I can't even talk. Sorry, opens at 5 a.m. and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to the gym at 5 a.m. I'm gonna go lift, and then I'm going to go home and get like a few hours. I'm gonna come home and get a few hours of sleep, and I gotta go back to the shop at like 11 a.m. I gotta be there at 11 a.m. So this is gonna
Yeah.
be an interesting next 6 hours, six and a half
Yeah.
hours.
Have fun with that, dude. I've been there and done that.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I think what it's gonna boil down to is you're gonna find out here pretty soon. You're gonna be like, wow, I really need to get more sleep.
hey, this isn't the first time that I've been in this like situation. So
Oh, I've been there many times myself, dude. But sometimes you gotta say fuck it, and then you just gotta crash. You know, you gotta shut your phone off, turn the computer off, and just say, everybody go away for
here's the
like 8
thing.
hours. I'm going to bed.
My day starts at 11 a.m. I have to be at the shop at 11 a.m. I'm there until 6:30, and then I have to practice for UMG scrims until like 10, 11 o'clock at night. So
Yeah, I understand, man.
it's gonna be one of those days tomorrow where I just have to cram a lot of things in, and I want to cry.
Well, take a red line. You might feel better.
Right, right, and then have a heart attack. Start my day.
No
Right.
joke, though, man. No joke. Here's a
So,
weird little quick story for you. I had a buddy. He used to work construction when he
hmm
was in his like younger 20s, like 23,
right.
24. I saw him the day he got out of the hospital. He's like, I just got out of the hospital. And I was like, why, dude? You know, what happened? Figuring he got into like a car wreck or something, you know.
Right.
He's like, I had a heart attack. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I had a heart attack, dude. It wasn't even like a minor heart attack. It was a heart attack.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, dude, this is what I did. I was like, yeah, okay. Um, Tell me what you did. He's like, well, I was working construction and it's the middle of summer and I'm up on the roofing, and I'm drinking 4 Red Bulls every day. And I'm on day
I get
12, and that's 48 Red Bulls. He's like, I'm on day 12, 4 Red Bulls a day. And I'm up on this roof sweating my ass off. Well, what it did, dude, was even though it's a liquid, it dehydrated him because there's not a lot of water content. It's like all sugar and it's all
that.
vitamin B and niacin and all that shit. And,
Yeah.
it's not good for you. And it
No.
basically like dried his insides out because his body wasn't
Yeah.
getting any nutrients. He wasn't taking care of himself. He wasn't sleeping. And he was up on this roof and it's 120 degrees on this rooftop and he's scraping these shingles off. Heart done. Psh, almost fell off the roof. He didn't. They got him to the hospital. He lived. He's fine now. I was like, dude, are you okay? He's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I should probably stop drinking Red Bull though. I was like, yeah. Probably a good idea, dude.
Yeah. I one thing I do to yeah, I definitely do drink Red Bull. Not as much though. Like I like
Well,
the
I mean,
sugar
I'm
free
sure
Red
you're not
Bull,
drinking
but
4 a day. I mean,
hell
I'm
no.
just
No.
saying,
I
dude,
drink like
just get some more sleep. You'll feel great.
I'll drink like a tiny can, like maybe once every other day or something like that. Not even. Sometimes I go
Yeah.
like a few days without drinking it. Like it's that definitely Red Bull is not something that's like super prominent, but I do like on top of like a lot of the caffeine I drink, like I am drinking like most of what I drink is water. Like I probably drink like I try to drink like at least 3 of these a day, like water bottles full of water, 3 or 4 of these a day. So
Good.
like I mean it's definitely like water is like super important. Like regardless of what you do, like water is what I drink the most out of like any other substance at all.
Well, it
I
should
mean,
be. I mean, your body's like
yeah,
75%
you need
water.
to.
And like,
Yeah.
my thought process is like, if that's the case, then probably 3/4 of the things that I ever drink should be water.
hmm
You know, so I try to do that, but I did have a 5 hour today. I was especially
Yeah.
tired after working 6 days in a row, 12 hours a day.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm gonna have a 5 hour today.
Yeah,
because you don't have that crash factor, and you really don't. I drank it, got through work, it was great, got it done.
yeah. I'm gonna I'm gonna drink like a really small cup of coffee, uh, and eat a Quest bar, and then go to the gym, and then try to get some sleep. So like
Yeah, me too. Well, I'm not gonna go to the gym, but I'm gonna
that's
get some sleep.
that's my
But
plan.
before we do
Yeah,
that, man, I think we're gonna have to part ways anyway, because you got
yeah,
stuff to do, I got some sleep to get, and
yeah,
I got another podcast to do after I wake up, maybe two, I don't know, but
yeah.
it was fun, Nukem Nico. It's fun.
Hey, I'm glad I got to be. I'm glad I got to be a part of it,
Man, I
and
appreciate it. Thank you for
this
coming
was
in, dude.
yeah. I like doing this kind of stuff.
I do too,
So
man. I love it. I could do this
yeah.
probably, like, I could do this as a job, but um, whatever. No, not enough about me. How are we gonna find you, man? What's your social media stuff? Where can we find your
Um.
stuff? What can we look
Hey.
forward to with you?
Yeah. I the next 5-6 months of my life are going to be hopefully a lot of growth. There's a lot that's going to happen. I plan on being in the next 6 months with the things that are happening with Smash and Splash and my stream and the connections I'm making and the people that I'm meeting. I plan on trying to be involved more in the pro scene in Fortnite, not as a player because I really don't play like Fortnite that much.
Yeah, yeah.
Not as a player, but as hopefully as a TO and as a shot caster of some sort. Like that'd be really really cool.
Badass.
I've always wanted to like shoutcast games. Like that'd be like really really cool.
Same.
Yeah, so stuff like that. And but competitive wise, I definitely want to be like UMG scrims are like already happening for Black Ops, but it's mainly for console. It's mainly for PlayStation.
Yeah.
There really isn't a whole lot of like if you go on the UMG's website, there really isn't a whole lot of like UMG scrims for PC yet. So unfortunately, that's when that happens though. I plan on taking full advantage of that, and I have some people I play with that we want to kind of make our way through the ranks, and eventually like play. I'd like to play at on a pro level for some like UMG scrims in Call of Duty. This Call of Duty specifically, I started playing this Call of Duty. It's the first Call of Duty I played since Modern Warfare 2, and it's the first game on PC with hit scan like that I've tried to play competitively. Period.
Ah,
So
all
so
kinds
it
of new
is.
challenges for you, man.
It's definitely been like a pretty weird, crazy experience and like a lot of frustration within
Yep.
like the first like 3, 4, 5 days this game's been out. Like so, and I've probably like the first weekend it came out like last week. I probably put like 40 hours into it like that weekend alone. So that was
But the question is the frustration worth it? Answer
yeah.
yes.
I hope so. I hope so. But yeah, I mean, my Twitch is Nico Nukem. My Twitter is obviously below the down there somewhere, and yeah, my Twitch is just twitch.tv/Nico Nukem. It's just backwards. Nico's my handle, so
Right.
that is where you can find me. I don't know how much I am like this week before TwitchCon. I leave and like my flight leaves. I have to fly out Thursday night. So I don't know how I'm gonna try to get a few more practices on streaming before I leave for TwitchCon. But this week is pretty hectic for me. So Twitter is the best way. Twitter is always the best way to like to keep in contact and to see what I'm doing, and I update Twitter daily. So
Good deal, man.
yeah, man. But dude, I'm super grateful that you brought me on your stream here, and it was
Yeah.
really really cool. This whole experience was fun.
I appreciate you giving me your time, man. I'll have to
Hey.
down the road after you get situated with TwitchCon and all your planning and stuff. I'll have to have you back
Mhm.
on and see what's going on. Catch up a little
Hey,
bit.
yeah, that'd be super dope, man. And if you ever want to play games, like I will always. I don't know. Do you have Black Ops? Do you play it all?
I don't. Everybody's been trying to like force me to get it, And
I yeah, just play casually. Like I'll play casual Fortnite. You know, like whenever you want to play, man, just let me know.
yeah,
I'll play it on
I don't
stream.
have Black Ops, but I play a lot of Fortnite, and I recently got myself into Overwatch, which I enjoy. Um,
Nice, nice.
I think I'm starting to like Overwatch a little bit better than Fortnite, especially since I got kicked out of like virtually every match of Fortnite I played. We all lagged out
Really?
today. Oh yeah, dude, the servers are
Wow.
shit today.
I've
Um,
never had issues with Fortnite.
but
I don't know.
yeah, Overwatch is cool, man. But I'm not saying no to Call of Duty or anything. But
Hey,
I'm
I'll
just
play Fortnite.
trying to
Yeah.
decide if I want to spend the money or not is the thing. So
Yeah. Well, just let me know, man.
yeah, dude.
We're in each other's Discord servers. We're friends on Discord. Hit me up whenever.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm if I'm not here at home, I'm on Discord on my phone. I'm literally because of what I do, like I'm pretty much glued to my phone.
Understandable.
So
Yeah.
I just do a lot of like networking and stuff just while I'm when I'm not on Twitch. So like I just made the switch from Apple to I bought a Note 9, Galaxy Note 9.
Ah.
So I got that fancy Galaxy skin on Fortnite
Yeah.
that
Yeah. That
I hate using because everyone just goes out of their way to like kill me when
kill
like
you
my
because you
teammate
have the
is like
most expensive skin ever.
I have $1,000
It's $1,000 skin.
skin on Fortnite. So
Yeah. Yeah.
oh
That's
man.
the
All right,
running
dude.
joke. But
I don't know, man. You know, this phone's cheaper than the iPhone, $1,400 iPhone you're gonna, anyone else is gonna buy just for the name, and it shits all over iPhone and does 1,000 times more than the iPhone will ever do. So
I mean, I believe you, but I really like my iPhone, so I'm gonna get the
hey,
new iPhone. I'll let you know
yeah,
how it is, though.
let me know how it is, man. Just don't spend $1,400 on it. Just get like the
No.
cheaper one.
Yeah, I don't do that shit, but
And
yeah.
I have a headphone jack. I'm grateful for. I can do so many things. I can charge my phone and listen to music at the same time with the headphones I like.
Yeah, those are
You know.
inconveniences. Dude, they make a splitter for that now, so it's fine.
Hey, but you gotta buy it. Now you gotta buy the dongle too. You gotta
Oh,
buy
I
a whole
got
bunch of stuff.
Bluetooth headphones. Yeah, whatever.
I guess. All right, man.
All right, man. We'll sign off here.
Well,
Oh, chat, I appreciate it. You guys, I appreciate it. This is Nukem Nico, Nico Nukem. You can find him both ways. It flip flops in the name, but dude, I appreciate it. We're stopping this stream. We're out of here.
all right.
Boom.
Have a good night.
See you
Have a
guys.
good night, Laxcast chat. It was fun.
Yes.
It was fun.
Yes. We'll do it again
So
later down the road, man.
we will. All right.
Chat. See ya.